Hi everyone, Matthew here at Weatherwatch, taking a look at the weather through the rest of the week as things stand, and a quick look at the weekend's weather as well. Now, latest satellite imagery shows a region of cloud moving across the country. That certainly brought some heavy rain overnight, but as you can see, following from the west, there is a clearance on the satellite imagery now, so more persistent rain across southern and eastern areas, which we'll highlight shortly on rainfall radar, will begin to pull away, and it is something of an improvement through the remainder of Wednesday. Some brighter sunny spells developing, but equally some scattered showers will follow as well. And essentially within this region here of relatively cloud-free skies, there is a little window of better weather for Thursday. Much of the country will be predominantly dry on Thursday with some brighter sunny spells, and it will also be mild, if not very mild as well. However, bring your attention to this region of cloud here, a developing area of low pressure to the south of Greenland. That will renew the unsettled weather towards the end of the working week through Friday, essentially bringing a return to some particularly wet and windy conditions overnight Thursday and through into Friday as things stand. If we take a look at our latest satellite and rainfall radar imagery combined, you can see the more persistent outbreaks of light or moderate, locally heavy rain across southern and eastern areas a little earlier. But again, following from the west is that clearance to some drier and brighter conditions, but already following, again, just highlighting this mixture of sunshine and showers from the west through the rest of Wednesday. So let's take a look at the forecast weather charts now to put the details onto the forecast. And again, through the remainder of the day, through the rest of Wednesday, the more persistent rain pulls away, and essentially a mixture of sunshine and scattered showers through the afternoon. The showers most frequent though across parts of the north and west. Now into Wednesday evening and overnight, and most of the showers begin to die away. An area of high pressure begins to develop and build to the south and southeast of the country within this region here. So essentially we move through into Thursday morning, and it is a predominantly dry start to the day. Locally chilly, particularly in the countryside. However, through the rest of Thursday, and it is a little window of better weather. Much of the country will be dry with some brighter sunny spells, and by the time we get through to the afternoon, again, especially across some southern, eastern and perhaps northern areas too, some brighter sunny spells are to be expected, and despite a strengthening southwesterly wind, it will be a mild, if not a very mild day. However, towards the end of the afternoon and into Thursday evening, and wet and windy weather begins to approach and redevelop from the west. And this is the weather chart for around about 9 o'clock on Thursday evening. You can see the wet weather moving into western areas. As ever, the close proximity of the black lines, the isobars, indicating a particularly strong and gusty southwesterly wind. So, we move through into Friday, and unfortunately it is a wet and windy start to the day. Persistent and quite heavy rain is certainly possible throughout much of the day, especially across parts of the north and west, and even by the time we get to around about the middle of the afternoon, the latest forecast chart continues to highlight showers or longer spells of rain, perhaps leading to some localised flooding across parts of the north and west, again due to the fact that the rain will be persistent and at times moderate or heavy. Somewhat drier conditions are possible across the extreme southeast, but otherwise emphasis is on a particularly widespread wet and windy day to end the working week. Now, jumping ahead through into Saturday, at the moment in time, more northern and western areas of the country perhaps seeing further outbreaks of rain. Southern and eastern areas perhaps drier, and it will be very mild, if not warm actually, on Saturday. And jumping ahead, taking a quick look at Sunday, and at the moment in time, wet weather again perhaps possible across extreme northern and western areas. Otherwise, much of the country on Sunday is dry, and with winds coming in from the south or southwest, then the very mild, if not actually quite warm conditions for the middle of October is forecast at the moment. But as ever, more details on the weekend on Friday. Let's take a look at temperatures now through the rest of the week, and through the remainder of Wednesday, temperatures will actually drop away from the west and northwest, turning quite cool, if not actually quite chilly, into Wednesday evening and overnight into Thursday. And it will be quite again a chilly night tonight through into Thursday morning. Minimum temperatures perhaps just 5, 6 or 7 degrees through the countryside. However, temperatures do recover quite nicely through the course of Thursday. Obviously, again, the predominantly dry day, despite becoming increasingly breezy. Temperatures 13, 14, 15, perhaps even locally 16 degrees, and in some sunshine, certainly feeling not too bad at all for the early to mid part of October. A particularly mild night is then forecast on Thursday night through into Friday, and then essentially through the course of Friday, maximum temperatures perhaps 17 or 18 degrees Celsius across some southern and eastern areas of the country in particular, perhaps no higher than 14 or 15, but these temperatures are certainly a few degrees above average for, again, early to mid-October, so it's quite a warm, if not locally humid, end to the week is expected. So let's summarise that in our midweek weather summary, obviously focusing on the next couple of days through to the end of the week. Thursday, much of Thursday will be dry with some brighter sunny spells, especially across southern, eastern and perhaps some northern areas, and it will be very mild, if not actually feeling quite warm in the sunshine. However, wet and windy weather will then arrive from the west later in the day, and essentially at the moment, Friday the 13th, all areas of the country will end the working week with wet and windy weather dominating for much of the day, and perhaps especially so across northern and western areas where the locally large rainfall totals may begin to develop, perhaps bringing a risk of some localised flooding. But many areas will continue to be very mild, if not actually quite warm, despite the wet and windy conditions. So that's all the details in the midweek update covering the remainder of the week. As ever, I will be back with you on Friday, focusing attention on the details for the forthcoming weekend. So thanks very much for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day.